I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up? How you doing? It is a great day. Oh, I know I came at you fast, and I okay, let me come a little bit slower. This is the
You're
author's
you're
audition.
you're
What's up,
fine.
people? Oh, I'm just I look, don't take me seriously, but take my guest seriously. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. I dare to be different. 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 I dare. I dare. I dare to be different. To be different. I dare to be different. Welcome back to the show. So we have Peggy Harris on the show, and she's got murder mystery books going on. But I want to ask her one big question. First of all, after she introduces herself, of course, and tells us all about herself, because she's an author like full time. So Peggy Hargis, welcome to the show. Tell me about your last name.
I was actually I don't know what actually it's from. It's married to a Hargis down in Georgia. My husband there. I left him like back in '93. Long story short, we're no longer together. So yeah, I moved back to New York there to be with family. So yeah,
Mm,
it's actually originally used to be Clark.
mm,
So my parents moved back to New York and with the, Clark Aldrich, family and stuff like
yeah.
that, Kellogg. So yeah.
Oh, cool, cool.
But
Kellogg. I like Kellogg's.
yeah, yes, I do too. But we did not make the cereal. We just got the same, they just got the same last name.
I
So
hear you. I hear you.
yeah,
Sometimes you just don't make the cereal. Just don't make it.
right. Just eat it. It's
Yeah,
better
which
eating
is
it than it is making it.
I know that's right. So tell us about yourself.
Like Tony the Tiger, they're great.
Mm. I got you. See, I got you going crazy just like me. So tell us about yourself. How did you become a writer?
Well, back in 2020, I wound up having, I thought it was back spasms, and come to find out I have non-epileptic seizures, which is actually short for the short thick word for it is PNES. It's psychogenic non-epileptic seizures. They just came on to me one day, and it's like they just kept on, and yeah, it was so now I just sit at home and just write. I actually went to college online, so I did a lot of writing, and I like to write. And all this right here comes off like my imagination. And I watch a lot of like shows there, like Law and Order, Mind. What's that other one there? Criminal Minds. That's the other one there. So I watch those, and I'm like really interested in the shows. And I'm like, well, this here is easy. All my books are fiction. My books are based on where they solve the crimes, they go away on trips, they do different things there, like they go out to eat a lot, they drink wine. So it's like, it's really interesting. So it kind of gets you like try to get people there to say, hey, look, when I get depressed, I need to go on like a little day trip, go to a spa, go stay somewhere overnight by yourself, just rejuvenate yourself. And I usually come back 9 times out of 10 a lot better than when I left, because I'm not at home. I'm out and about. I'm like enjoying the I go to the I love going I always pick a hotel there with a buffet in the morning, breakfast buffet. That's my thing. And I like to eat breakfast in the morning whenever I'm at the hotel, but then trying to drag me out of bed, that's the next thing, because I just lay there like 5 more minutes. Yeah. But I do like to go down there to get breakfast. Then I go find something to eat there. And I started doing things on my own, instead of trying to find somebody to go out and hang out with. So I just do a lot of stuff there on my own. I go up to see my daughter. I spend time with her. And last time I went, actually, I think it was actually with the fourth floor. I had to edit my book, and I took my book up there to edit and to, get it ready to turn into my publisher and whatnot to get sent in. And I went up there to relax and just do my book and visit with my daughter.
Wow.
Yeah, she's 24 now,
Wow.
my daughter, and she's going to college. Now, I went to school for healthcare administration. Every place I applied for must have 2 years experience. Well, how are you going to get the experience if you can't get a chance to get in there at all?
I
So,
know.
I says, you know what? I started doing murder mysteries, and I'm like, well, I start researching on different things. Well, if I can't get into healthcare administration, I can write about the body, and stuff like that, So
Right.
the second, the fourth floor is actually, I did research there on a, lab there on what, can kill a person like really quick, and so I wrote about it in my book. And yeah, so I don't really know how quick it is, but I'm like, wow, but I don't suggest doing this. It's just in there in my book. So yeah. So,
Oh goodness. Oh
and
goodness.
some of the
Wow.
some of the places there that I put in there, like some of the places there, like to go on trips there, I actually researched to find out, what was there, what there was to do. And they go horseback riding in one of the books. They go whale watching. I think actually in that same book they do whale watching, because I'm on book 4 now. I wrote
That's
three
well
books,
watching.
just where you get on the boat there and you go out there and you watch the whales.
Oh, well. Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's I thought you said well watching.
No.
So well and well.
Whale. Whale. And my guy named Max, and he's the head person, and Alex, she's the one that works with him. He hired her like 5 years previous to when I started writing the books,
Mhm.
the fiction books. So, and people go, oh, well, it's like Brokeback Mountain stuff there. And I go, no, 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 no. It's Alex is short for Alexandria. It's not a guy, it's a girl. Max is not gay, I says, because I got him going out doing things together, and it's like, no, not the way that it works.
I hear you.
Alex, beautiful girl who works with Max and helps him solve crimes.
Mm,
And then they come along with Bill. Bill joins the group too, but Max is the head guy. He's the owner and the boss and the head honcho. And
mhm,
then Alex comes in. She helps him out when needed. Helps him. She goes out and does the investigations with him and stuff like that. Bill goes out. He helps too. So then I think towards the end of the book comes in 6 more new detectives. She had to hire 6 new detectives because the next one is called Cold Cases, and that's the one that's coming on next. And he needed help there with that right there, so that's where that book comes in play. But it's
wow.
still at the publisher being done, so it's not out yet. But
Wow. Now,
yeah,
that's so cool. So you decided instead of trying to get that 2 years of experience to go ahead and go write. How is that going for you?
really good. I just get stuff there. I try to do like maybe around 2,000 words a day if I can sit and concentrate, Yeah, I've done papers where 300 words was a problem at first, your associate's degree, you write 300 words and it's like, oh, really? And then when you get in there and your bachelor's, then you got to write like 700 words, and it's like, seriously? And then when you get to your bachelor's, you got to do like 1,000 or so words. So really, and that's all with research, and you got to put in cite things and cite everything, and it's like, I can just go online or just go on do my book, just write it out. And I ain't gonna sit there and cite nothing, or, and I got Grammarly installed on my computer. Best
Mm,
thing ever for a writer. I really recommend Grammarly. But I had an editor do my book for the third one, not for the first and second. I re-edited my book. I go through, I write the book, then I edit it, and then I send it into my publisher. They go through, they put it in book form, and then they send it back to me, and I re-edit it, and then I send it back to them. It's a long, drawn out process. And then they send it back to me with the corrected things on it. And I turn around, I check it, and then I okay it. And then they do the book cover too. They did my book cover for me, which is awesome. They did a really good job on my book covers. They did all three of my book covers. And, anybody that wants to write, sit down, you can do it. When my first several years that when I was starting to write Murder in the Night, it took me forever. Do not do not write and then edit and then write some more and then edit. You're not going to get done. It's just like you got to go through, write the whole thing, and then go back through and edit, because if you keep editing as you go, you're never going to get done. Because yeah, not that was my biggest mistake on doing that.
Wow. Well, a lot of people, a lot of people have been doing that and not finishing their book. Now, you know why?
Yeah. And you got to stick with it. And if you're out and you think of something, write it down or do a little small video on your phone there. Do a little small video on your phone there. Say, hey, look, remember to put this right here in the book. Anything to help you to remember, which with my book and my condition, I have to write down on a piece of paper everything, like every chapter is a different day for me. And I have to write down, like, chapter 1 is a Monday, chapter 2 is a Tuesday. I have to keep up with that because I can't remember, because my seizures get so bad that my brain just doesn't work like it used to anymore. So I have to write everything down. I have to write down all the characters in my book so I know who to go back to, for it and everything.
Gotcha.
So, and I really love writing, and my books don't have swear words in it, doesn't talk about, the sex thing there like some things are. It's clean, and I leave it to the imagination where, like Max and Alex, the third book, they get a little hanky panky there, and start getting a little bit more, closer together. Book 1, they don't know if they like each other. Book 2, they come out a little bit and they start dating and stuff like that. Book 3, they get really into it. But it's for the imagination. People can think of stuff there better than I can. And I just don't write stuff like that, romance, that much into it. They're that good. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just leave that out and let them think of it on their own.
But that's good though, because I mean, the imagination, I mean, it could be as clean as it can. It can be whatever you want
Mhm.
it to be after that.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so you say you're doing your next book. What is that and how is that coming along for you?
Cold Case is almost done. That's about some several people that get killed. They were at it's cold cases where they weren't solved. Max was working on them before, so he had to hire on more people to get them solved, and they did it. Matter of fact, two of them there had to go to another state there just to find the guy and bring him back. Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, so yeah,
This is
it's
cool.
and it looks really nice. They did my cover, and it's I said something, about how I want my book to come out, and they decided to do the for the cold cases, they decided to do like the binders where the files are in it. And I
Mm,
says, oh, that's cool, so I like that. So I approved that. So I'm just waiting for, everything else there to come back on it there to get it so it'll go to print. So once that one there goes to print, I will put that on my Shopify account too.
awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And I have your Shopify account information in the description box, wherever you guys may be watching, whether it be above or below or wherever that case may be. Man, I tell you, what kind of advice? I mean, you've been giving great advice. Okay. You got the Grammarly advice. You got don't be trying to edit and write at the same time. Just go ahead
Mhm.
and write the book and go back and edit later. What else can you do as an author, as a beginning author, to make this a reality for you?
research your best bet. If you don't know what you're writing about, because if you write something and it's not right, people are going to say, well, that's not right. I mean, I did that, but I went through and I did my research, like on the second book there, I had to look up for like the stuff that they used on the patient, on the two patients that was in there, and they also killed a nurse too because she knew too much. She's knew what happened with the first one. So she knew too much there. So they came in and actually got her too to shut her up. So I had to look up the information on just, what it was used, how it was used, and what it would do. So yeah, research your information, don't, especially if you don't know what to do, just do your research on it, and you can get a lot of information because you don't really want to put false information out there and people go, well, that's not how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, wow. Well, you can get that information about her books and her new book that might be coming out pretty soon. It's rosedog.bookstore.com. Rosedog.bookstore.com. I want to thank you so much, Miss Hargis. I did it, for being here today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Do you have any more questions you want to ask me?
I don't know. Do you want to answer any more questions? Did I leave anything out today?
Yeah, you can, I mean, if you want to, one of the things there was, let's see here, no, I think maybe that's what it was, I guess. Yeah, I got, the characters there. Max is a Korean, of course,
Mhm.
he's from South Korea, and that's written in there in the book too.
Okay.
Alex is from West Virginia, but her parents live in Florida. Gotta live on the beach, retired. And so, oh yeah, and they also get two cats in the second book, in the fourth floor too. Max and Alex move in together,
Uh-huh.
and they adopt two kittens too there, named OJ, which is short for orange juice. Yeah, my crazy, gotta have food, and Smokey. And they're so funny. Actually, the second book is really funny there when you sit there and read about it there, because they get into trouble. And
Mhm.
it's so funny there. And they go to a concert, which I had two friends there actually make up names for the books, for the concert. So I'm like, oh, cool. Well, my friend Amanda put in there for the crunchy tacos, or I think that's what it was, crunchy tacos. So I had that in there. I added that in there in the book. I says, oh yeah. So I used her band in the book, but they do all kinds of stuff, together, and they get along so well. So it's really, really, interesting, on how they do it. And they get along because they go do things together. They even go hiking, they go fishing, they go stay in a cabin, they go to the beach, they, I mean, even if you can't afford to go away on vacation, if you do like trips there, like maybe like an hour away or so, just to get away, just to, because
Yeah.
you got to get away and relax. You got to like refresh your mind, get rid of the stress, so you're not like wanting to, like, you know
Yeah, I know. I know.
so
You said you did a lot of research, right? Why did you, okay, I want to find out because I did miss one question. Hospital. Why did you write about a hospital? I mean, was that a lot of research for you?
I used to volunteer at a hospital,
Mhm.
and the rehab floor was up on the fourth floor.
Ah,
So therefore, there comes the fourth floor. I loved
yeah.
working at the hospital, and I thought maybe I could help get into like an internship there. I did at the hospital. I did the transport there for patients for radiology to do X-rays and stuff like that. So I had that too, to that experience too there. So yeah, it's really interesting. I've even been down to the morgue
Ooh,
looking for.
okay. That got me.
We had to go down and look for our stuff, because every Monday when we came in, our transport stuff was always gone. It's like, so we had to go hunt it down throughout the hospital before we could even start for the day. And we went down to the morgue there to see if it was there. Of course, it wasn't there, and it was empty. So that was a good thing, you know. Yeah, I go, oh, this is what the morgue looks like. Cool.
No, I'm good. Okay. Yeah. I know all of us are going to end up down there at one point or another, but
Yeah.
I just don't want to think about it.
Yep.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Miss Hargis. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for staying a little bit extra because I mean, sometimes there's just other things that come up. But at the end of the day, I mean, you're an amazing author. I mean,
Thank
you're
you.
writing all these words, 2,000 words a day. I mean, maybe I
Yeah.
speak more than I write. So if I wrote down the words I was speaking, it would be way more than 2,000. So maybe
Yeah.
I'm just overreacting. Maybe not.
No, I mean, everybody goes at their own pace. I mean, I don't always I try to aim for like 2,000 words a day. I don't quite get a whole chapter done a day because I think that book there, I think I got like 25 or 26 chapters in the book. And it's not really that big, but the third book I had to add a little bit more to add more information on it before I turned it in. It's like, well, I got to add more to it. And here's the thing too, when I was writing my book there, I noticed that I had 2 Fridays on there and I'm like, whoa, wait. I had to rewrite that one there. I'm like, whoops. Author
Yeah, because
error.
every day is a different day in your book, right? Like Monday,
Yeah,
Tuesday,
for
Wednesday. Oh,
me,
okay, I
because
got you.
it's easier with my condition because with my seizures, it messes up with my brain, my mind
Right.
there, and I don't quite remember. So this way here, I can remember what I'm doing. I
That's
still have the seizures. I'm not on any kind of medication because they said medication won't work for you. You got to have epilepsy. And I says, no, it's just like having epilepsy. I mean, I can have grand mal seizure, but yeah.
mm,
I've actually had one time there where I stopped breathing
mm.
and I had to make myself breathe. I've had that a couple of times. And then one time I blacked out and came back to like 7 minutes later. Yeah, it's scary, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But
Do you live alone?
no, I have a fiance, believe it or not, who also has non-epileptic seizures. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
Well, you
it
gotta
just
write a
happened
book about
out of
this.
nowhere. I know. I'm gonna have to I think I'm gonna have to actually write somebody in there that has it so that way there because a lot of people don't know don't understand what a person goes through with this situation,
Yeah,
So
definitely. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my gosh. Well, Peggy, thank you so much again for being here. I appreciate you.
you're welcome.
And
Thank you.
I appreciate your struggle. And please write that in. I think that would be very informative. And that character would
Yes.
really take a really cool front position so
Yeah.
that you can inform people about what it is through that character. That would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah, I plan on it because a lot of people don't understand what it is, I mean, I don't have fall down seizures. It usually happens when I'm laying down, like trying to take a nap or try to go to bed at nighttime there. And I also have uncontrollable body movements where I don't have to have anybody beat me up. My arms does that for me. I'm always hitting something with my arms. It's like, stop that. They
Oh
don't
my
listen.
gosh. I'm sorry. Oh wow.
No, that's fine.
But you're a
But
sweet
yeah,
person. And I mean, your fiance is very blessed to be with you.
he better be. But thank you so much for everything, because it's been fun, you
Oh,
know.
thank you. Thank you. And thank
You're
you
very,
guys so
very
much.
nice.
Oh, thank you. And thank you guys again so much. That website is rosedog.bookstore.com. Again, rosedog.bookstore.com. We're going to have that information in the description box, wherever you may be looking above, to the side, or below. And don't forget to dare to be different. Until next time, guys. Bye.